everyone, welcome to Divya Ganita. In this video, I am going to solve KCET 2019 mathematics paper from question number 21 to question number 30. Now, let's see the first question. In this problem, they have given alpha and beta are the roots of the equation x square plus 1 is equal to 0. And we have to find alpha square plus beta square. How to find this? We know this formula, right? A plus b whole square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. This is a high school formula. Everyone will know this. How do I apply this formula in this? See here. If we have the quadratic equation, then we know the sum and product of the roots, right? Sum of the roots is nothing but minus b. That means here alpha plus beta will be minus 1 and product of the roots will be product of a and c. That means here 1 into 1. So alpha beta will be 1. Now let's find alpha square plus beta square. That is nothing but alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta. Right? Alpha plus beta means minus 1. Minus 1 whole square minus 2 into alpha beta means 1. Right? This is 1 minus 2. What is the answer? Minus 1. So option C is the correct answer. Right? Now let's move on to the next problem. In this problem, we have to find the number of 4-digit numbers that can be formed by using the digits 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 7. Without repetition, and each number must have 2 odd digits and 2 even digits. How to find this? Let's take the 4-digit number. In this, there must be 2 odd digits and 2 even digits, right? Let these two numbers would be odd and these two are even. The number of ways in which odd numbers can be chosen is, how many odd numbers are there? There are 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 odd digits. That means odd digits can be chosen in 4C 2 ways, right? And how many even numbers are there? There are 3 even numbers. In that we have to choose 2. That means it can be done in 3C 2 ways. Right? Now we have chosen 4 digits. But it can be written in any of the forms, right? That means it can be written in 4 factorial ways. So the final answer is 4C2 into 3C2 into 4 factorial. So the final answer is 432. That is option B. Right? Now let's move on to the next problem. In this problem, we have to find the number of terms in the expansion of x square plus y square whole to the power 25 minus x square minus y square whole to the power 25 after simplification. We have the direct formula for this. That is, number of terms in the expansion of alpha plus beta whole power n minus alpha minus beta whole power n is nothing but n plus 1 by 2 if n is odd. Here we have n is odd, right? N is 25. So it is simply 25 plus 1 divided by 2. That is nothing but 30. So the correct answer is option D. Right? Now let's move on to the next problem. In this problem, they have given the third term of the geometric progression is 9. And we have to find the product of first 5 terms. How to find that? Let's see. Let's start. We know that the first term of GP is A. The second term is AR. Similarly, third term AR square, fourth term AR cube, and fifth term is AR power 4. The third term is 9 means we have AR square is equal to 9. Right? Now we have to find the product of these terms. The product means it will be A into A into A 5 times. That means A power 5 into R power 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. That is nothing but 10. Right? This can be written as AR square whole power 5, right? And we know the value of AR square, that is nothing but 9 power 5. Here we have all the numbers in terms of 3. So we have to convert this into 3. We know that 3 square is 9. That means 3 power 10. So the correct answer is option A. Right? Now let's move on to the next problem. In this problem, they have given a line cuts off equal intercepts on the coordinate axis. We have to find the angle made by this line with the positive direction on the x-axis. We have the direct formula for this. That means when line cuts off it in the equal intercepts means the slope of the line is -1. We know that slope is nothing but tan theta, right? So tan theta is equal to -1. Then we have to find theta. What will theta will be? That is nothing but 135 degree. You can write it directly if you know this, or else you can take this as minus tan theta is equal to 1. That means it will be tan of 180 minus theta is equal to 1. Right? So 180 minus theta will be 45 degree. Because we know that tan 45 is equal to 1. That means theta will be 135 degree. If you know the direct formula, then you can write theta is equal to 135 directly, or else you can solve in this method. So the correct option is option C. Right? Now let's move on to the next problem. In this problem, we have to find the eccentricity of the ellipse 9x square plus 25y square is equal to 225. Now let's convert this ellipse into standard form. For that, divide by 225. Then we will get x square by 25 plus y square by 9 is equal to 1. Right? That means a square is equal to 25 and b square is equal to 9, which implies a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 3. We know the formula for eccentricity, that is E is equal to c by a. That means we got something divided by 5 because we have a is equal to 5. We have two options with denominator as 5. So clearly we can remove these two options, right? Now we have to see whether it is 4 or 3. To find c, we have the formula, that is a square is equal to b square plus c square. Here a square is nothing but 25 and b square is nothing but 9 plus c square we have to find. And in the Pythagorean triplet, we know that if the hypotenuse is 5 and one of the side is 3, then the another side is absolutely it is 4, right? So c will be 4. Then eccentricity is 4 by 5. So the correct option is option B. Right? Now let's move on to the next problem. In this problem, they have given summation r is equal to 1 to n 2r minus 1. That means summation of odd numbers. That is equal to x. Then we have to find this limit. Here x means summation of odd numbers up to n. We know the sum of odd numbers, right? What is it? It is nothing but simply n square. So let's substitute x is equal to n square in this limit. That means we will get limit n tends to infinity. X square is common in all the terms. So we can take x square common. We have x is equal to n square. So it will be 1 by n square whole square. That means n power 4 into we have the numerators 1 cube plus 2 cube plus 3 cube. That means sum of cubes. We have the direct formula for summation n cube, right? That is n into n plus 1 by 2 whole square. So let's simplify this. It will be limit n tends to infinity n square into n plus 1 whole square divided by 4 n power 4. Instead of doing this, I will give you a simple method. When you have such problems in which the order of numerator and denominators are equal, and also when you have limit n tends to infinity, then the answer is simply the coefficient of the highest power. That means the coefficient of n power 4 here. Here the coefficient of n power 4 in the numerator is 1, right? And the coefficient of n power 4 in denominator is 4. So simply the answer is 1 by 4. So the correct answer is option D. Right? Now let's move on to the next problem. In this problem we have to find the negative of the statement all continuous functions are differentiable. We know the negative of this statement, that is some continuous functions are not differentiable. Which is the answer? That is option A. This is a very easy problem. Anyone can solve this, right? So now let's move on to the next problem. In this problem they have given mean and standard deviation of 100 items. That means n is equal to 100 and means x bar, that is equal to 50, and standard deviation is sigma, that is equal to 4. Then we have to find the sum of all squares of the items. That means we have to find summation xi whole square. How to find this? We know the formula for sigma, right? That is square root of summation xi square divided by n minus x bar whole square. This is the formula. Now let's substitute all known results in this. Then we will get the summation xi square directly, right? Sigma is 4. So if we take square on both sides, then it will be 4 square is equal to summation xi square divided by 100 minus x bar is 50. So 50 square is 2500. If we take 2500 to this side, then it will be 2500 plus 16. So 2516 is equal to summation xi square divided by 100. If we multiply 100 on this side, then it will be 2,51,600. So the correct answer is option B. Right? Now let's move on to the next problem. In this problem, they have given two letters are chosen from the letters of the word equations. And we have to find the probability that one is vowel and another one is consonant. We have to find the probability means we have to find the number of ways in which one vowel and one consonant can be taken divided by all the possible ways in which two letters can be chosen. That means here there are 9 letters in total. So the denominator will be 9C2. That means we have to choose 2 letters from 9 letters. In that we want one vowel and one consonant. Let's see how many vowels are there. Here there are E, Q, A, I, O. There are 5 vowels. 5 vowels and Q, T, N, S. 4 consonants. Right? So the way in which we can choose one vowel is 5C1. Right? Into the way in which we can choose one consonant is 4C1. So the probability of getting one vowel and one consonant is 5C1 into 4C1 divided by 9C2. Let's simplify this. 5C1 is nothing but 5 and 4C1 is nothing but 4 divided by 9C2 means 9 into 8 divided by 2. Right? 2 4s and 4 get cancelled. So the answer is 5 by 9. The correct option is option C. Right? Now we are done with all 10 problems of this video. If you like the method which I taught you to solve the problems, then please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.